Amazon. Is what Gaylords.
You got a lot of Gaylords?
Yeah. It's like a tool.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Gaylord used to be like an insult back in like the 80s. But it's actually a name. Like, people are named Gaylord Humphrey and shit like that.
I knew someone whose last name was Gaylord.
Yeah. Gay used to mean just happy. So I guess that, probably was a cooler name back in the day. Then the gays ruined it. Like they ruined everything. Gaylord used to be a happy word, and now it means gay. Do 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 do. Have to roll me a joint. Sing me a song. Give me those glasses. Okay, you can have them. I'll tell you what, dude. If you come to a meetup and you see me wearing these glasses, I'll give them to you. I paid like $8 for these glasses on Amazon, so they ain't all special to me or nothing. If you go on Amazon, they're pretty fucking goddamn cheap. Just search for like round sunglasses on Amazon. These are not like a brand of any note. They're just weird. They've got like the spring design on them. And they've got like the blockers on the side. See that shit? And like the lens is built kind of closer to your face so it encapsulates your whole eye. They're like goggles. But these I can't wear when I'm driving. These are really perfect for this kind of situation right here where I'm sitting in the sun and I have to see what you guys are saying. But yeah, I wouldn't drive with these. They're too dark. Like, these are real blackout shades. Your glasses have an odd resemblance to Ozzy. Well, Ozzy used to wear glasses like this. Ozzy, John Lennon, for a long time, what's his name? My fucking brain farting. Bowie. Bowie would wear the round sunglasses and shit. Lemmy from, what was that fucking band he was in? Yeah. And then there's the fat Cenobite. The fat Cenobite and the Hellraiser. Yeah, Motorhead, thanks. Yeah. Lemmy Klimster. But the fat Cenobite from Hellraiser has glasses like this on for sure. He wears these kind of glasses. It's a look. In fact, in the latest Hellraiser movie, Hellraiser Judgment or whatever it was, the main guy wears glasses like this, the cut face guy. I think he was called the Auditor in the script, something like that. Butterball is his name. Yeah, you're right. That is his name. It's like Chatterer, Butterball. Butterball was the one that wore these kind of round glasses.
Always count on someone in the chat when you're brain farting, man.
That's because the chat can like Google.
Yeah.
I can't without pausing everything.
Yeah. What do you guys want? You've done like fucking 500 shows on DFF now. You got too much in your brain.
Yeah, I got too much fucking useless information in my mind now. I can't access it all anymore. Things all jumbled together now. It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you.
Cricket was kicking around one of those sticks last night. In the joints.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
He snagged one?
Yeah.
What a little turd. How dare you, Cricket. Got a hold of one of my J's. Or one of my rolling papers.
No, not the rolling paper, just the stick.
Oh, the stick, the little pokey sticks. Yeah, Packers. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. I got the paper. Bum, bum, bum. Time to roll a J. Bum, 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 bum. Time to roll a J. Do, 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 do. You prefer rolling or raw cones? I like raw cones personally. But that's only because I'm really bad at rolling joints. Like so many other things in my life, I learned the improper way. Yeah, I know Black Friday didn't turn out to fucking be the bloodbath that I thought it might be. Because it's like, you know, getting pretty late in most places. There's not going to be any like doorbuster fucking riots that haven't already happened. Just goes to show you, man. Sometimes you know you got your finger on the pulse, and sometimes you don't. What are you gonna do? Felt like all the sociological kind of pieces were in place to make this a pretty bad one, but I looked and there it was pretty standard.
Maybe just a lot of people were like you, thinking it was gonna be a fucking riot. So I stayed home.
Maybe. Maybe so. Self-preservation instinct kicked in, and they were like, I don't want to really die for a fucking TV, so I'll order one. Yeah, online shopping is really like, I think it's this year will be the year that like they really admit that like online shopping has basically replaced this, and you're gonna see these big giant retail outlets closing up, which is good. Like a lot of them are huge, and it's like that space could be used for housing. It could be used for businesses that, you know, require that kind of shit. Having these big giant warehouse stores where it's all electronics, or you know, these boutique kind of shopping stores like Target and Walmart, like, be happy to see that fucking experience disappear for sure. All right, you.
Stragglers.
Yep. Prepare to get some. Today is not your day. Yeah, fly off, fucker.
Should get some Venus flytraps, man. But they do get out here.
Yeah, we couldn't put enough of them, though. We'd have to grow a whole garden of them to get rid of the flies around here. Psst. Fuck off. They like the smell of my weed. That's what it is. They smell the dank weed, and they're like, fuck. Gotta give me some of that.
Extra dangus weed does kind of smell like poop.
It does, especially when you smoke it. It smells like dog shit. Or cat shit. Or some combination of the two. I mean, there's definitely like a small difference. Like, it doesn't smell exactly like dog shit, but it has a very dog shitty quality to it.
You're just used to it, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I know the subtle difference between dog shit and weed. You know, I can smell that dog shit weed from a mile away, and I can smell real dog shit from a mile away, and I can discern between the two. All right.
Maybe that's what people should do. It's like they get pulled over and their car smells like weed. Just have a big old bag of dog shit on the seats. Like, sorry, bro.
Sorry, man. Yeah, my dog pooped, and I'm just taking it to a responsible repository. Yeah, Could have sworn I smelled some of that dog shit weed. No, sir. No, sir. It's actual dog shit. I'm sorry about that. Saw a video last night of a cop who pulled over a couple of dudes and they found like $7 million worth of fentanyl in a spare tire.
Jeez.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. Fentanyl, they can fucking pack that shit in anything.
$7 million worth of it just hidden inside of a spare tire.
Dude, there was someone that found like a bunch of fentanyl and like a glowworm at a thrift store. They had just stuffed the whole glowworm full of fentanyl pills.
And it was like that was how they were distributing it?
I guess, but like some mom bought it for her kid.
Maybe not. Maybe pick something other than glowworm. Dude, that shit is crazy. EVE Online miners strike going on. Oh, yeah? Fuck. I have a miner character. I could participate in that shit. Hell no, we won't mine. Are they striking because people prey on them so much? Because I'm telling you, man, that's the one thing that makes mining scary in that game, is like that anybody can just come along and blow you up. Are they refute? Because like it's the miners that provide the basis of all the economy of that game. Every ship is made with titanium. Every ship is made with shit that people mine off of asteroids and shit. And so they're just threatening not to do it anymore. That's pretty cool. It's too dangerous. Hell no, we won't mine. Have fun not having any ships to fly. Lost a family member to a fent patch. Yeah, no, that's a sad story that seems to be becoming more and more common. Who else?
God damn it.
Pointed at him too hard. I saw you. All right. Oh, there's two more down. Dude, don't ask me like medical advice and shit. I'm not a fucking medical person.
Go ask Dr. Google.
I mean, she is asking like if I've had any See, I don't want to lead you down the primrose path. I haven't had any personal problems taking SSRIs like Lexapro in the past and smoking weed with them, but that doesn't mean you won't. Different people experience those types of drugs very differently. And so you need to be, aware of what you're getting yourself into. Yeah. I don't want you to just take the fact that I can do it and run with it like you can do it. You gotta be careful with that shit.
It's like I'm on a pill that fucking makes weed make me want to puke. So.
Yep. There's definitely some drug interactions and shit, and they can be very different across a wide spectrum of people. People just experience those types of drugs differently. Like psychiatric drugs, especially. For some people, they're very helpful. For other people, they can be harmful. It can actually intensify things, and so it's basically all I found to take the risk or not. I mean, okay, look here. I'll give you this. I can say pretty resoundingly that you ain't gonna die smoking weed. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you should go out and fucking smoke a bunch of weed. It just means that, like, if you have a bad interaction or something, or a bad experience Weed doesn't last super fucking long. So you know, probably going to be just fine coming out of it, but you know, it might just be a bad experience for you.
It's like with alcohol and drugs. Like some people can fucking chug a lug on pills and some people can't.
Yeah, I mean, that's never a good thing. That's even more dangerous. That's even more, if you're on a cocktail of medication and you drink on top of that shit, especially heavily drink on top of that shit, it's like, that's way more dangerous than smoking a little weed. I mean, weed has pretty few serious reactions with other drugs, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have reactions and interactions and shit. But yeah, you just got to do your best to be as informed as you can. If you're going to try it out, I recommend you go slow and all that shit. But don't listen to me. I ain't no fucking expert on shit.
Dr. Google.
Yeah. I've never had an issue with it. And I smoke quite a bit of weed. And that doesn't mean you can. Or should.
Oh, that's my baby meal.
Bastard fly. Bothering my dino.
Fly that does get in the house better watch out. That cricket don't fuck around.
Yep. Yeah, I hate that. This is nothing against you. I just hate that kind of fucking topic because it just grinds everything to a screeching halt. I start feeling all responsible. I hate that shit. Just rather you not ask me pharmaceutical advice. I can tell you what my experience has been, but it's typically like a fucking conversation stopper because nobody else cares. And it's not really interesting either. And it just makes me feel wrong. Like, I ain't no doctor, dude. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert on that type of shit. I'm no expert on really anything.
You know who else you can ask? A pharmacist.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, that's true. You can, especially if you live in a state where it's legal, you can just tell them, like, look, I smoke weed. Am I going to have a problem with this? And I would respect that fucking opinion way more than mine. Pharmacists don't give a shit. Like, in terms of, like, whether you smoke weed or not, they'll just tell you the straight skinny.
It's like they're not just there to, like, fill up bottles. They actually have to, like, go to school and shit.
They've got to learn dosages, and they've got to learn to be very fastidious, and they've got to learn drug interactions, and they've got to catch things that doctors don't sometimes. And they often do. That's a good resource for taking a drug is your local fucking pharmacist. Because you're definitely going to be talking to somebody who went to school to learn some different interactions that drugs have and blah, 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 blah. I don't like opining on shit like that, There's a lot of people that'll do that. Just like fucking, oh, yeah, you're fine, man, whatever. Do it. It's just like, man, that's very irresponsible in my opinion. Never thought of seeing a pharmacist, just your GP. You're better off talking to a pharmacist about drug interactions and shit. Like a GP is gonna know, like they're supposed to know not to give you this and this at the same time, but sometimes they don't. Like a GP doesn't only prescribe medication and shit. Their whole focus is not just medication. It's other treatments and other advice and diagnostic stuff, and like a pharmacist doesn't do any of that shit. A pharmacist just straight up studies the drugs. And so you can go to your pharmacist and be like, look, I do this recreationally. Is that going to interfere with this? And they have no reason to tell you anything wrong. You know what I mean? They're going to give you the best of their knowledge, and they're really the only fucking publicly accessible profession that studies that shit for a living.
You don't have to pay them.
No.
They're just there. Like,
Yeah.
Pick up a new medicine. Like, hey, I want to talk to the pharmacist.
Yep. They used to make you do that.
Yeah.
Like that. They've eased the restrictions on that. When I was younger, in my 20s, when you went and picked up a medication, if it was your first time getting that medication, you had to talk to the pharmacist. They don't make you do that anymore. But you
put
can
a big old pamphlet on it.
Yeah, you can request a consultation with the pharmacist over any medication. You don't even have to be getting a medication. You can walk up to the pharmacist and say, look, I'm on, I have a prescription for this drug, and I also am thinking about recreationally smoking or drinking or taking a mushroom or whatever the fuck. Am I going to have any negative reactions? And they're going to tell you, yes, no, here's your risks. And then you can make your decision from there. I think that's your best bet.
I think a lot of people just think they're pill monkeys. They're actual doctors.
Yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily on the same level as a surgeon or a doctor or a GP or a specialist or anything, but they are, when it comes to drug therapy, they are the most knowledgeable, publicly accessible people that you're going to get. A friend who's the textbook irresponsible recreational drug user, she'll feed herself and others drugs recklessly and always ends in a near catastrophe. Well, eventually it'll be a catastrophe. What up, Phoebes? Ooh. I want to say I've never had a bad reaction. I'm not sure what would constitute having a problem. Well, I don't know, man. Like, if you feel, see, that's the thing, is like self-diagnosis is almost always tough. The certain things are obvious, If you start to get like swelling or whatever the fuck, you're having a bad fucking allergic reaction to something, you better stop and seek help. But it's like there's a lot of people that just will smoke too much weed and they'll have a panic attack from it. And they think it's because of the drug, and really it's because of a psychological process, a reaction to the drug. And so they will misinterpret that panic attack as, oh my God, this drug is making my heart beat fast and I'm going to die and blah, blah, blah. That's why so many people go to the fucking hospital for weed. But they always end up they'll give you a fucking Xanax and send you home. That's usually how it works. Throw a Valium at you, charge you fucking $800 for the exam and the Valium, send you a bill.
More than $800.
Probably right, yeah, a couple grand. Couple grand coming out your ass.
Because they're going to be pissed, too, that you came there.
They ain't pissed. That's money in the bank. That's like being pissed at a customer coming through that's easy, that's just going to hand you $2,000. They ain't pissed about that fucking shit. They're happy to do it. Because the doctor gets a nice little chunk of that. If you're that kind of dude, you should stick with indica strains. Well, for some people, that's the very strain that fucking fucks them up.
Like I said, it affects everyone differently. It makes me puke for whatever reason. It sucks, but
gives you the spins. It's one of those things, guys.
Humans are fucking mishmashes of all kinds of shit. And they're all fucking weird and different.
Yep.
And fragile. Big old sacks of meat that are complicated.
Yeah, that is so true. It's one of the things that I think has changed. Like I think the focus of people has always been skewed towards the mass group of people rather than the individual. But I think nowadays it's even fucking worse. Mm-hmm. I think we've moved even further away from the individual and into this like false individuality that's really just about finding the right environment to put yourself in, where you only hear your opinion parroted back to you and you're sold the right kind of items. And what a nightmare. And really, like, one of the things that interested me, there was a while where I was seriously considering pursuing being a social worker as a job. I was going to go for my LCSW, which allows you to do not very high paid, but allows you to do really at-risk intervention, because you're a very low-cost outlet for talk therapy for people that usually can't afford it, or whose insurances charge too much. It's an affordable outlet for people who can't usually get it. You know what I mean? And I thought, man, that would be interesting. And I think the reason that I was interested in that was twofold. Number one, the dude that really helped to change my life and perspective on things was an LCSW. And number two, like, I've always had an interest in the individual. And that includes, like, that's why. So I know a lot of you have probably noticed that I have an adversity to just like people reveling in anonymity. And I think that one of the reasons why I have that adverse reaction to people who revel in their anonymous status is because I'm very interested in what makes people tick. Like, I want to know who you are. I want to know what you look like. I want to know what your facial expressions are here, there, and everywhere. If I really am interested in what you're saying, and it's so hard for me to empathize with that. And there are certain people who are more open with who they are. Give an example, Phoebes. Phoebes, she has a social media presence. She's very open about her personal life and what she chooses to do for a living. And to me, that adds a little bit of spice to her as a person that I interact with in these. Whereas there's some people that they're just like, who the fuck knows who they are? You know what I mean? And you don't know what the seriousness of what they're saying is, and you have no basis in, those little things that you know about a person. It's not just nosiness, like the basic shit. They inform, you can make inferences about a person. It adds a little spice to that personality. And the internet, I think, bleeds a lot of that spice out. And so you'll notice a lot of the people that I have modded are people that maybe they're not as open as Phoebes is, but they're people that like are showing a little personality and shit on the internet. They have some kind of stake in what they're doing, how they're presenting themselves. And it's frustrating working in a medium where a lot, I'd say the most people are not doing that. Like poop. You know what I mean? As much as I like poop, like, who the fuck is he? You know what I mean? What is he doing? As soon as Poop started trying to be more like vocal, we told Poop to shut up. Remember? Mm-hmm. Poop started like posting things that weren't poop, and we were like, "Fuck that, man! Go back to being poop."
Yeah, it's like, if you're gonna be poop, you gotta stay poop.
Yeah, stay poop.
Or go make another account that's not just poop.
Yeah, come back with like a name, or a fucking personality that I can ascribe something to that isn't just a duty emoji. You know what I mean? Exactly, poop, exactly. I agree. Poop with 8 O's. That's exactly what I think. I'm invested in your success, Paul. My life is on the line. Your life is on the line? Oh, man. Well, thanks. Thanks, Jason.
I wonder if Jason's ever used you to get laid.
Probably not. Dude, the twinks that Jason is chasing after, the boy booty that he's going after, they don't like watch no neck beards like me. There ain't no way, dude. I know Jason's type. It's definitely not typical. Now, there are some twinks in our audience, man. I'm telling you. They do exist. I've done enough meetups to know that we have a sprinkling of every type of person that you can imagine, bro. And that's kind of cool. I will admit it's heavily weighted towards overweight white males. But there's ladies in there. There's trans folk in there. There's people of all racial identities and backgrounds sprinkled into the mix. And I like that. That's nice. That's nice. I wish we could reach more people, because I think that that's one of the things that like runs through my mind all the time when it comes to this business is like, I know for a fact that there are hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million people just in this country alone that are like us, you know, a little bit edgy, kind of neckbeardy, dorky, political outsiders, that type of the kind of thing that typifies the people that watch us. I know they're out there. How do we get to them? How do we reach those people? Suck them into our world so that we can mine them for their resources.
Yeah, maybe you're doing it the wrong way. Maybe instead of targeting the women's, you gotta target the olds.
I don't want the olds.
You don't want the olds?
Hell fucking no, man. The olds suck. We gotta target the youngst.
What about the middle-aged?
All right, young and middle-aged, but you know, middle-aged is pretty old. People my age just don't, they ain't trying to hear my bullshit. We hung out like yesterday with a bunch of people my age. Like, look at what they were into. You know what I mean? There wasn't a conversation of consequence that day. I don't give a shit no more. Yeah, they watch Fox News. They don't discuss politics because it's impolite.
I'm surprised the topic wasn't football, though. I guess no one had the TV on, so.
Yeah, it's because of where we had Thanksgiving. If Thanksgiving was over at my mom's pad, there probably would have been football on, at least outside on the patio like she does. If not, just like playing while she was cooking inside. But over there at my sister's, it's going to be a little different. It's just the way it is.
Which is probably for the best, because that was a nail-biter of a fucking game.
Yeah. I don't think anybody over there is really all that into football.
Yeah.
They're into Jesus, man. They love them some Lord. They're all into that Lord over there, man. Were you listening to some of that music that was playing? We kind of joked about it. Yeah, I know. It goes in the background so easy. So, like, I'm not trying to shit talk my family. It's just weird because I come from a different world. And so we had Thanksgiving at my sister's pad. And, it's a very, she's super Christian, super evangelical Christian. I've talked about this before. And it's like, Thanksgiving, like, number one, I'm not used to having people I don't know at a Thanksgiving, right? Like, Thanksgiving when we were growing up was family. It's like people would cruise by, but they were our cousins or uncles or aunts or grandparents, people we knew. It was, maybe a neighbor or something. It was always people we knew, friends. And like now, if I go to a Thanksgiving and it's at my sister's house, dude, there's fucking like 20 people from her church there. I don't know these people. And it's not like I don't want to be around them or like it makes the meal taste different or something, but it definitely changes the whole timbre and tone of the get together because I don't want to meet those. Like, I'm sorry, I'm different than I used to be. And that's really what it comes down to. There's a time where I would have been so fucking exhausted after that because I would have made myself the fucking center of attention at that place. I would have gone around and tried to win over every one of those fucking families that I didn't know. And spent the whole goddamn time trying to do the soft shoe for them. I ain't like that no more. Dude, I'm at a point in my life, I know enough people, bro. And it's not like I have a disdain for them. It was okay to meet them. They were nice folks. None of them were mean or anything. But it's just like that kind of an experience for me is cheapened by having a bunch of small talk that has to be done at it. For me, Thanksgiving, one of the most attractive things about it is you're amongst people, you can fucking do whatever, you can say whatever, you can be yourself. Can't do that over there. Can't do that over there. I gotta watch my P's and Q's. If I'm cussing, there's a fucking little toddler running around that hears it and I get tattletaled on. I mean, it's a whole fucking different environment over there, and it just, I don't know, man. It just makes it less attractive. And there's no way for me to say that to them, too, because they're opening up their home. They're gracious. They're having a good fucking meal. So I really have no way to go like, this sucks. I don't know how you take that to a person and go like, can we exclude people? But for me, it would make it a more important thing. Because I don't have to do the small talk with my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, my, people that I know.
The awkward introductions because you have a non-traditional job.
Right. Everybody knows what I do, and it's not that. And it's, like...
Yeah, it's like trying to explain that to like a middle-aged church lady. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a podcaster.
Well, I got asked yesterday, and it's just like she didn't even want to know.
Yeah.
I was like...
This goes right over their head.
Yeah, because you're not a fucking plumber or something. I just need to start saying I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
I do plumbing. But then, then the problem is,
yeah.
Then they go like, oh, yeah, I hate my plumber. I'll use you. And then you're fucked. Yeah. So you just got to tell.
You can't say IT because then they're going to be like, oh, can you
fix my computer. Yeah. So I just have to tell them what I do. But what I do is something they don't even understand. So it's just a long fucking conversation. It's stupid. I just don't want it. And like throwing that in the mix with my fucking Thanksgiving, it makes it less enjoyable for me.
Yeah, we were the cool kids sitting outside.
Yep. And I know everybody in there was like, why don't they join us? But every time I listened in, it was just like, and the Lord has blessed everything that I've done. And I'm just like, that's why I'm sitting outside. Number one, it's nice outside, and I'm going to enjoy my turkey out in the sun. And number two, I got nothing to say about the Lord. Or how he's blessed me, man. I got work to do. I got shit. Dude, you know who's blessed me? Me. My ass has blessed me. My patrons have blessed me. Holla fucking Luya. That's the altar I worship at. Because that's what puts food on my table.
The altar of Economos.
Yeah, dude. It's like I can't even have those conversations with people. And they're coming from a different place, too. It was like, we were... It's just like when I talk about the move that we have coming up, people don't understand. It's like, we're not tied to anything. I own my own business and I can do it from wherever that there's an internet connection. So the idea of moving far away is just foreign to so many fucking people. And it's like, I just feel like I'm so amongst it. I got to be honest with you. There's less likelihood. I remember having Thanksgiving back with the Kirks, back when I lived in Louisiana. In fact, all of my Thanksgivings were with the Kirks.
Is it the one with my uncle?
We did do one that year with your uncle, that's right. And every one of those, including that one with your uncle, that one was different because I was meeting people, but it was so small and intimate that I actually got a chance to talk to both of them. And we got to know each other beyond hey, what do you do? What do you do? So that was cool. And with the Kirks, I knew all of them. And so, Thanksgiving was cool. Because I knew who was coming. I knew all the little faces that were going to show up. And they all knew me. This last couple of Thanksgivings have just been it's just like a cavalcade of people I don't know. And I got to compete with time with my family. The people that I came to want to catch up with and want to talk with and want to have I got to compete with time with Joe Blow from church and his wife and 14 kids. And it's just like...
Oh, and the fucking kids, too. It's like the communal thing where he's sitting outside and the kid can come out and they're, halfway responsible for him.
Yeah, dude, yeah. There's that, too, that I'm not accustomed to, which is every person that's there is either a grandparent or a current active parent. So I'm the oldest person there that doesn't have any children or any desire to have any children. And so they all are in this mindset of communally looking after their children, and I'm not. I'm not going to let a kid wander into the street or something, but if a kid is out with a bunch of other kids, I don't know that they're not supposed to be out there. There was this little toddler that wandered out, and me and Amelia were the only adults outside. There were a couple of older kids that were out there who I also didn't know, church kids. And they saw
related to who?
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know whose sister is whose brother. I don't care either. That's the fucking thing. I'm not there to fucking meet new people. I'm not thankful for meeting new people. And I can't even talk. I couldn't even bring this up to my family. I got to be honest with you, because I would be looked at as being an asshole and ungrateful. And I'm not. I'm grateful that everybody worked hard to put things together. Amelia made a dish. We brought a dish. Everybody brought a little something. contributed a little something. I'm not ungrateful for that. That was nice. Was it a Thanksgiving that I'm going to consider to be memorable? No. Why? Because I spent most of my time meeting people I didn't want to know and not hanging with my family because they were talking to people about shit that I don't do. Things that I have no frame of reference. They're having like it's basically like a church get together, but I don't go to their church. So all my family is engaged in talking about, oh yes, the ministry and oh, this is how the Lord has blessed me. I don't have a frame of reference on that. So what the fuck am I supposed to do but just sit there? And so that's what I do. I post up somewhere that's outside of the radius of most of those people so they can go on about their business. And I talk to my family when I see them. One of them will wander out or I'll wander in and I'll get to talk to one of my nieces or nephews or my fucking mom or my sister or my brother-in-law. That's a you problem for not having the Lord in your life. Thanks, Jason. You're right. That's just something that's never, it's like leverage. It's social leverage, and it's never considered from my side. I am not against them being that way. I'm not in their house. I'm not living their life. I'm not making their rules. Their life is their life. I'm very forgiving of that. I'm very fucking open to that shit. But it's just like there's never a consideration. I'm the one that has to make all the consideration. And it's not like I'm a dude that can't go 30 minutes without cussing. But I'm the one that has to stop acting like I normally act to be over there. Yep. Nobody ever cares about that. You know what I mean? If I let a shit or a fuck slip, that's not a big deal for me in my life. That's just not a consideration. I'm the one that's got to change up. I'm the one that's got to like get a little button down, keep my mouth zipped, be very polite, but not overly so they think I'm a fucking Christian. It's so weird, man, and nobody cares. There's no way that I could fucking take that to my family members who put me in those positions and let them know what a tightrope they've put me in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say this. We didn't get asked why we don't have kids. That was nice.
That's because most people fucking know. Yeah. The fact that I've been asked that so many times is just so illustrative of how tuned out people are. Yeah. You don't come to an old guy and go like, hey, when you having kids? I went through that though. Mm-hmm. My 20s, my 30s, everybody. Mm-hmm. Always. Before and after I knew I couldn't have children. Mm-hmm. When are the kids? When are the kids? When are the kids? Once somebody gets my age, you assume that there's something. Yeah. And it's impolite to bring it up.
So, I guess that's one upside.
Yep. But it's just like, you remember that lady? Yeah. She was, like, say what you want, she was nice or whatever, but she came on super strong. Yeah. There's this one lady from church, she had a couple of kids there, and she was a real loud, boisterous personality, which is cool. But she found out very quickly she had nothing in common with me. Mm-hmm. It was like she really wanted to, like, get to know me, I think.
Shoot the shit and all that.
Yeah, but every time one of us tried to throw something out there, it was so far from each other's lives that we had no frame of reference. Yeah. You know what she's got going on? She church.
Yeah, church and being a parent.
Church and being a single mom and raising, or not a single mom, but being a mom and going to church. That's what is going on in her life. Mm-hmm. Dude, that is completely two things that I don't do. Yeah. You know what's going on in my life? Working, moving, thinking about my business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like none of that has anything to do with what they do. Mm-hmm. I like to smoke weed. I like to watch horror movies and fucking laugh about them. They probably don't even watch horror movies. You know what I mean? Smoking lots of weed. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I can't even mention that over there. I can't even mention, like, if I have the barest mention, like, oh man, you know what sounds good right now? A doobie. Yeah. It would be like,
yeah, It's like,
We
I
don't
mean,
talk about that in front of the, oh my God. And I'm an adult, dude. What? What? I don't know. It just drives me a little nuts, man.
you know what? We need to do one with my family.
I can guarantee you it'll be cooler.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you it'll be more like, I'm not, and like I said, I'm not a dude that's gonna be like, fuck, shit, piss, cunt, twat, fucking blah, blah, blah. I know how to conduct myself public wise, as Alex DeLarge would say. I'm just talking about like if I'm talking to somebody like me and a man are sitting there having a conversation about something and I say, shit, man, I don't know. Like 18
like,
people in the room aren't like,
and it's people there that you have a good chance of seeing again.
right. Your family, the ones that I haven't met, are people that I'm going to want to know for a long time, for the rest of my life. And so it's like, I have an investment. These people, as nice as they are, I don't go to their church. I don't want to know them. I don't want to know their kids. I really don't care. And they don't care about me either. Not one of them, except for that chick, asked a fucking thing about me.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And then.
And I'm the new guy in the scenario. That's the weirdest thing. I'm coming to my family's dinner, my family's Thanksgiving, and I'm the new guy at my family's thing. The people I grew up with, the people that raised me. I'm the new guy over there. Dude, nobody thinks about that fucking shit. That's fucked up. Can we have like a family Thanksgiving again? Could we do that? Could we do it where it's just me and my sister and our cousins and our uncles and aunts and my mom and my stepdad? Can we do that? And my wife? Can we do family only? No. I'd be considered an asshole for even bringing that shit up. Oh, ungrateful and blah, 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 blah. Nobody's trying to make you feel... And I'm just like, what? It's like, fuck, man. There was a dude there who were going to multiple Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
He showed up. I have to meet this dude, engage in small talk with him. And then he's like, all right, well, I'll be back. And I was like, where are they going? And there's like, oh, they're going to their family's Thanksgiving. And I'm like,
why are you here then?
why are we a pit stop Thanksgiving for everybody's second helping?
Yeah.
What is this? And it's all that church shit.
And then they had a mountain of food because half the people there were pit stopping.
Yeah. People came, went, whole families would show up and eat and leave, and fucking would come back later. It's like, what is going on? What happened to my family's Thanksgiving? What happened to me sitting around with the people that I grew up with and talking to them? And you know what they would say? You sat outside. You had every opportunity to talk. Yeah, about church and the Lord. Fucking garbage. It's just like, I'm telling you, dude, in these hardcore evangelical circles, that your church family takes over. It becomes what matters. And the family that's willing to come to that and allow that expansion, they get to enjoy it because they are going to the church. But if you happen to not be there for that, fuck you. You're the outsider at your own fucking family get-togethers now. What? Hey, weirdo. That woman that fucking was talking to us was weirded out that we lived in town and she didn't know us.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I thought you guys lived way away. Like, no, we lived...
We walked to things.
Yeah. It's like, and the implication is, well, why aren't you at church like the rest of your family? I'm a fucking atheist. Cult Thanksgiving, yeah. Just like, can we do 1 year? Can we tell those people, hey guys, your second home pit stop ain't happening this year. Somebody else in the church can do it this year. We're gonna have like a very just family only event. Man, I'd kill for that. But people don't understand. Dude, this is another thing. Like my mom she's brought it up to me a couple of times. Like, yeah, you live close by, closer by, but you I don't see you all that much. And it's like, well, because every fucking time I see you, this is happening.
It's like you don't visit your sister because who knows who's gonna be
Yeah,
there.
I don't want to be over there and be the outsider and shit at my own fucking family's house. So I just don't go. They got another family now. They got an adopted family of about 18 motherfucking people and all their wives and husbands and children that are just freeform living there, in and out, every fucking goddamn time I go there. And it's the same thing with my parents. Does she know you're an atheist? My sister? Yeah. These other people? I don't fucking know. See, that's the thing. I'm the one at the disadvantage going into the thing.
Yeah,
Everybody
like
knows where everybody stands on everything, but I don't know what everybody knows about me.
Yeah, it's like you don't know if they like did like a prep talk or something
Yeah.
before you came over.
I don't know what my sister has told these people who I don't know about me.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't know if I'm just like not mentioned. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like she very rarely says anything to them about me. So when I go there, I'm this weird curiosity. It's like, oh, that's they're related.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up, man. I shouldn't feel that way going to my family's fucking Thanksgiving, and there's no thought given to that.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm Paul. It's like, who are you, Paul?
Yeah. Oh, who are you? At my family's Thanksgiving, I got asked 15 times. Who are you again? I feel like I'd met you before. Fuck you. Get out of my... Ugh. I was so... dude, I pinned that up last night. But I had to let it out. Clearly, I needed it to bubble to the fucking surface today. And I don't really have many outlets to go to for that shit other than the fucking general people that I talk to. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. Ugh. And that's my perspective. And see, like, dude, now I'm getting deeper into shit. But, like, on a broader spectrum, I really feel like a lot of this shit ruined my family. Period. Didn't, like, ruin it utterly, but I feel like it spoiled a lot of my goddamn family and took them into a fucking region where it's just not the same, man. That's
like
what it comes down to.
segmented.
Yeah. It's what it comes down to, dude.
It's like there's the church going part of it, then there's a non-church.
But the church going part of it has taken over every other part of it.
Yeah.
Like almost every part of it is now taken over by the church going part of it. Mm-hmm. Which means that if I want to participate in things with my family, I'm going on a church trip to a church destination with a church family that I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't mind that they do it. It's just like, here's the thing, man. I'm not going to these things radiating what I do and my personal philosophy and allowing it to fucking guide everything I'm doing in every social situation. Hey, bud. Zeke is here. Here, I'm going to pause this. Yeah, I paused it. Oh, come on. Gotta have a little privacy. I know Zeke's is the man, man. I wish all of you could know a Zeke. He's a cool cat. But we have returned. I'll give people. I think a lot of times people don't leave. It just changes the view count because they've tabbed away or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Because it seems like half of the audience goes poof and then like they come right back after you pause it. Within 5 or 10 minutes, everybody's back. So I don't know how that works, but.
Or maybe it just resets it when you pause it or whatever.
Yeah. You know, here's the problem, right? It's like I don't have a lot in common with a lot of my family. So my mom and stepdad, like I've probably got more in common with them than anybody in my family, especially my stepdad, because he likes horror movies. He was one of the reasons that I kind of got into watching cheesy horror movies. He was one of my outlets for. He had this Betamax player and a bunch of old 50s and 60s monster movies and shit, and I got into that shit. You know, so like that, we got that little commonality where we both root for the same team. So we got these little bases of like
He's not a prude about drugs.
No. In fact, I smoke with my parents, when it's just us. I've taken shrooms with them when it's just us. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that everything has to be that, but
Talk about things that aren't just church.
yeah. So, dude, let me give you an example, okay? This was years ago. This was when you and I met. I came, after I had a breakup, I came back to the area I lived, and I stayed with my parents for about a week. And it happened to be during the 4th of July weekend. And so I was kind of like recouping, getting myself back into the swing of things. And it was really nice to be around people that I knew and to get away from work for a little bit and to kind of refresh and all that, right? And so I'm sitting, and it's just like the old days. Like that 4th of July was so idyllic in my mind because it was really the last 4th of July. I didn't know it, but it was going to be the last time that I had that family-only experience at a holiday. And it was great. We were sitting around with my cousins. We were talking shit. At one point, I'm sitting out on the back porch having a smoke. I'm already kind of drunk. And my stepdad comes up to me, and he's got a baggie. And at first, I thought it was weed. And he hands it to me, and I look at it, and it's mushrooms that I had given him months before, like almost a year before. We were down to do the LA meetup, and people gave me so much shit that I couldn't fly with, so I just gave it to my stepdad. And he was like, "I still got them," and I was like, he was like, "You wanna drop them?" I was like, "Yes." So about, we would already, like, the sun was already going down and shit, and me and him just secretly, nobody else knew, dropped mushrooms and tripped, and we had this whole thing the whole night where he would look at me and go, and I would look at him and go, but nobody else knew, and it was low key and it was chill, and everybody around me was my family, and it was great. That was such a fucking holiday. It was so good. Felt so good to see all those people I grew up with and all those people I loved. Didn't have a single person that I didn't know. Well, that's not true. That, like, a couple of my little cousins were dating somebody and they brought them, and it's like, but I'm not.
Still family.
They're the fucking outsider.
Yeah.
Right? They're the ones coming to an established family event. They got to learn it. I'm not the fucking outsider of my own mom's house or my own sister's house. And that is gone now, man.
And the main thing with my family is, like, a lot of them are like my dad, where they'll just, like, spiel into a political thing.
Dude, I'm fine with that. At least that's something other than just the small, because I never get past the small talk phase with these people. They come to realize that, oh, this is a guy that he's one of those. And I don't know what one of those is in their minds, but whatever it is, it ain't good. Because most people just look at, like, dude, I got to tell you, these are probably people that go out of their way to be polite 99% of the time. Mm-hmm. Dude, they were polite, and, like, we introduced and we shook hands and they smiled and stuff. But, like, they took one look at me and her and they were like, I don't want to know what they do. I don't want to know what they're about. Blah, blah, blah. There was just no interest. Either way, really. I'm not saying I showed a great interest in what they fucking do, but I shouldn't have to. They're coming to my family shit. It just is what it is, man. I'm salty about it because it's taken a holiday that used to be real special to me, and it's just made it unspecial. This year, for fun, I tried to occasionally derange my far right-wing family members. See, I can't even do that.
Because they don't want to have a political argument.
Right. It's impolite because there are people there I don't know and shit. So I can't even, like, goad them or anything like I would. It's just fucking stupid. When I got there and I saw it, like, I walked into the room and it was just a bunch of faces I didn't recognize, I was like, oh, of course. Of course it's going to be one of these. Of course. Okay. Well, at least there's a fucking outside chair we can sit at. It's like, what am I supposed to do? You tell me what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm willing, I'm amenable to, like, I'm not saying everybody has to be in lockstep with me, but that's kind of the point of family. It's like you've already gotten through all that. People know what you are and who you are, and they grew up with you, so it doesn't fucking matter what you're doing now. But you never get through that when you got two different worlds colliding, and I'm the only part of the other world coming to that. Everybody else there was literally went to the same church. Everybody's kids knew all their kids. I'm the only person there. It was like I felt like I feel like they should feel. I felt like I came to somebody else's Thanksgiving. It's my fucking family, man. It's my sister. It's my mom. Fuck you. You little church exclusive shit. So I don't think I'm going next year. Not to this. We'll go to your family shit.
Yeah, we'll pick one and just.
At least that will be people that are your family that I'm going to want to meet and know for a long fucking time. We can get past the hi and how are you. Fuck that shit, man. Ugh, piss me off. And see, they wouldn't even see it that way. That's the fucking thing. They don't see that they're literally doing everything to make it an unattractive thing for me to come to. So if I don't go to it, it'll be my, he didn't want to come. I'll be the fucking villain in this. See, it's just fucked up, dude. When this shit takes over part of your family, you kiss goodbye what used to happen between you and your family. You can just call it a day. That shit's over now.
It's like most people's Thanksgivings, I think, are like defined by arguments. Like you got one political family member and another political family member, and they go, or they watch the football game and go.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically what would happen anyway. Like,
Yeah.
I remember Thanksgivings, sometimes I'd get into it because I got a lot of right wing family members and shit. Get into it with one of my cousins, is all, pro George Bush or whatever the fuck, and I'd be, that we'd have this like fun kind of back and forth banter about it. You got to see some of that.
Yeah.
Like when it's just me and my family getting together, that type of shit happens. We get into the little political space and ends up being kind of fun. That's because we all know each other. We're past the hi and how are you, No, I'm not, dude. I would never fucking, and like, look, dude, nothing against any of my family for hosting that shit. Everybody worked hard. The food was delicious. Nobody was mean to me. I'm lamenting the loss of how Thanksgivings used to be, and I'm just not able to move on past that shit. And that really is on me. I do feel like it's unfair, but you want fair in this fucking world, good luck finding it. If you find it, let me know, because I've never found it. Ain't nothing fair. So I think I'm unfairly placed in uncomfortable positions at my own family get-togethers now, and that's basically the truth of it. And I can choose to go or not go based on that now. But it would have been so cool to have a Thanksgiving yesterday for me that wasn't a bunch of people I didn't know. It would have been nice to get more than 5 or 10 minutes a piece to talk to my family members because they were too busy jacking off at the jaw with their church friends.
Yeah, it's like even though you're very different from your brother-in-law, it's just you and your brother-in-law. You can kind of poke
Well,
fun
he
at
and
each
I have a
other.
long history together, though. We were coworkers for a long fucking time in addition to being, in-laws. So it's like he and I have a basis for that. But when he's tied up talking to fucking Joe Blow that I've never met, and they're talking about church shit, like, how am I gonna? Oh yeah, a podium is like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
I got nothing to add. And it's kind of known. I think it's known that I have nothing to add to that shit, and so nobody just bothers to talk to me. You know, they know that I'm related to this family, but that I do not attend the church, which probably means I do not attend a church. And all they talk about is church. What's going on at the church? What's upcoming at the church? How the church has helped them. Oh, I'm thankful for the church, and I'm thankful for my church family, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, and, you know, they did this whole, like, say what you're thankful for thing. I didn't even participate this year because I wanted to say something snarky. I'm thankful for the 5 or 10 minutes I got with my actual family members today. That's what I would have said. That would have went over real well.
It's like you didn't even get time with all your nieces and nephews either.
No.
There was other kids.
Yeah, most of them are off playing with all the other little church kids and shit. I got other shit going on. It's like, fuck. I had to see a couple of my little nieces and nephews wandered out to me, and I got to talk to them for a little bit. But like I said, I got about 5, maybe 10 minutes with everybody I was actually related to. And then the rest of the day was me and Amelia sitting by ourselves talking about shit that we're interested in. And
sitting with your mom's dog.
Yes, watching my mom's dog. What a fucking Thanksgiving, man.
Marley was our pal out there. She was a champ. Dogs giving.
I agree with the others that have said in the chat, you should start your own tradition and call it Danksgiving or something. Nobody would come. None of my family would come. See? That sounds like a family get together over there.
Yeah, it's like you...
In my face. Right in my face. It's like, this is what a real family is.
Oh yeah, it's like you can't just decide like, oh, we're gonna do Thanksgiving at a different place when there's like a well-established fucking routine.
Yeah, we would do it alone. It would be me getting stoned by myself and Amelia getting drunk by herself, and we'd eat a sad little turkey dinner together. That's not much of a tradition, you know. Like any friends of mine, like I know that TJ and fucking Scotty would love to come to something like a Thanksgiving, but they're not gonna leave their family behind to come to Thanksgiving. So who's gonna come to Thanksgiving? Nobody.
Zeke. But
Zeke.
He's got family too, so it's like...
That's true. He's got his own thing going on, you know.
It'd have to be like a drive-by Thanksgiving.
It just doesn't work. So I gotta choose to be the outsider at everybody else's tradition now because I just never bought into the fucking, you know, snake gave an apple to a lady and that's why everything bad fairy tale shit. I don't fill my life with that kind of shit. Well, that's what I was saying earlier, Vlad. That's what it feels like. It feels like that, like, in general, when this type of religion gets into your family, you're given an implicit kind of, you're given an implicit ultimatum. You want to be involved, you toe the line. Or else you can be the outsider at your own family events. If me and Amelia were both little Christians and we went to the church out there and shit, it would have been a whole different Thanksgiving for us. We would have been just filled with fucking thankfulness.
We would have been
But the truth,
shit with everyone.
but the truth of the matter is that I went to like what felt like a community Thanksgiving event or some shit where my family was also there, and I got about, like I said, 5 minutes to say hi to my mom. I barely got to talk to my sister the entire night. My actual sister, my flesh and blood, is hosting it, and I got to see her for like 3 minutes. I got to hug her hello, and I got to hug her goodbye. I got to see my stepdad for a little while because he was roasting the turkey. So he was outside deep frying the turkey, and I got to walk out there. But that was punctuated with people I didn't know coming up. And I was the outsider in that situation yet again. And it's just, You know, so I got that. I got a little bit of time to say hello to each one of my little nieces and nephews. I got to play a fucking game of foosball with my nephew. I got to have a quick, cordial, hello, how you doing? What's going on in your life conversation with my eldest niece. Got to see all the little ones and give them a hug. But as far as like spending any time with them or talking to them about anything, nope.
Well, you don't even know what's going on with your sister because she didn't talk to you.
Nope. And it creates this it really is. It's an ultimatum for people who aren't willing to toe that line. I am not going to spend my time going out to a fucking church, dude. I got better things to do with my life. Sorry. I just know better. There's no way you could convince me. I guess that's not true. Fucking Jesus appeared here on the porch and fucking like was able to. I would still probably question it, but it would be easier for me to fucking believe that shit. But at this point in my life, dude, I'm just not going to do it. I don't think that should make a wedge between me and my family, but fuck if it doesn't. Fuck if it doesn't.
I think Catholics are a little more tolerable because if you're not part of the Catholic Church, you're not invited in the Catholic Church. They're not trying to recruit the same.
Yeah, but there's still a mentality that you have to toe in a Catholic household. I know this. I had an ex that had a Catholic family, and it's similar. Like, I couldn't go in there cussing. Mm-hmm. And then there are certain political issues that it's just like they really do get too hot. Mm-hmm. You do not want to talk with a Catholic about abortion. You just don't. There's no nuance to the conversation. Yeah. And so it comes with its own fucking pitfalls. But I do agree, on the whole, as an experience, Catholics are a little more kicked back and laid back and jokey. Mm-hmm.
And they're not like as tight knit of churches where like they do everything together and they.
No. And see, you know what? One of the things about church is it's supposed to be inviting. Mm-hmm. Like, these people are supposed to extend their hands to people that don't go to church in hopes of winning these people over.
Mm-hmm. No one tried.
One person, maybe. Mm-hmm. That blonde lady was the only person that we did not know that made any effort to get to know us beyond our initial introduction. Mm-hmm. Literally, people would turn around out of a conversation they were having, and I would say, "Hey, I'm so-and-so's brother." And they go, "Oh, nice to meet you." Shake, 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 shake. And then they would just literally like turn around and go right back to talk. It was just like, okay.
You shouldn't even have to say you're someone's brother. You should just be Paul.
At my own fucking Thanksgiving. Yeah, I should be PJ. Yeah. And if you don't know me, you come up and go like, "Oh, you introduce yourself to fucking me." No. I had to make the fucking rounds and make introductions at my own fucking family Thanksgiving. Do people in America still actually take religion seriously? Yes. Emphatically, yes. Demonstrably. Nobody walked up to me last night and introduced themselves to me at my fucking family's Thanksgiving. But see, my family's Thanksgiving, I'm thinking about it wrong. It's no longer my family's Thanksgiving.
It's church's Thanksgiving.
It's their church Thanksgiving that I am invited to now. Mm-hmm. I'm the outsider at my own family event. And Christmas is the same thing now. Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, it's all the same.
We didn't do anything on 4th of July except call the cops.
That's why I didn't go. Because I just knew the 4th of July was a church function. I'm not going to go fucking sit around with a bunch of church people on 4th of July. I sat out here and I got stoned and I did a fucking stream and I fucking watched some fireworks that were illegal and shit, and that was that. I didn't even have a 4th of July this year because and I live near my family. Think about that shit. How fucked up. And I know that there's a fucking perspective on this that they would have that say that that's my choice, but it isn't. I don't have a choice to believe in that church shit. It's not a fucking on and off switch in my brain. And I think they think of it that way. Oh, you're obstinately refusing to involve yourself with what we do. We've opened the door. We've invited you. We've given you open invite. You've never come. Well, I don't go because I don't know anybody over there. I don't want to socialize with people I don't fucking know. I'm past that in my life.
Do Halloween because it would have been the same shit.
Halloween, I don't do Halloween anymore. Because it's the same shit. Bunch of people I don't know. No. So I'm thinking that from now on, Amelia and I are just going to either if we can't travel, do something on our own and do our own celebration in our own way and have a nice day together with the boys, or maybe travel somewhere, just take a little drive somewhere and do something alone, or B, go to her family if we can travel.
There ain't no room for people, I don't know, at my grandma's because it's condos giving or cabins giving.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
It's one of the most toxic things about religion to me. The idea that they think it's a choice. Like, dude, does a kid choose to stop believing in Santa when he discovers Santa does not exist? There's a bunch of fallacies involved, but it really is a perspective you can't argue against. I think the one person in my family that I could have a semi-cogent conversation about this with is my stepdad. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll talk to him about it and let him filter it through. Because otherwise, I really couldn't even see bringing this up. They would immediately think that I was being ungrateful. That's how it would come off. And that is not the angle that I'm taking here. I'm grateful for the meal. I tried to be as hospitable as possible. We brought our own little addition to the dishes and all of that stuff, and I helped move things around, and I was trying to, I did my thing over there to try and help out and make the event happen and contribute a little bit. I was not unthankful for that. It was a nice meal. It was good food. I did get to see my family, even if it was just a little bit. I did get to see and give hugs to the people that I love. So I'm thankful for that little bit of stuff. But man, I felt like I was on FaceTime for Thanksgiving with a little bits of my family that have moved on and gotten a new family. And I'm just out there kind of waiting, looking around at people I don't know. Every time, I'm real good at this shit. I try and tune into conversations. And if I can find something to get into, I'll do it. I like talking to people. I walked through that place in and out. And every conversation was about a church function or some Bible verse. I shit you not, it was fucking absurd. I have nothing to add to that but derision. And so I graciously don't give my opinion on anything that's being talked about so I don't ruin anybody's day. I don't fucking know, dude. Derision is what they need. Yeah. Let me just alienate myself further from my family. You don't know what's on the fucking chopping block there.
That's what these churches encourage. It's this comes first.
Every function is a church function. Every day is a church day. Every minute is a church minute. And if you're not involved in that, you can come to Thanksgiving. You're very welcome. But you're going to spend most of your time glad handing with a bunch of people you don't even care about. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm actually a member of the family whose Thanksgiving this is. Yeah, this is my wife. That's the thing, is that's my choice. My choice is to go against the grain here or to give up my family. And if I go I'm already going against the grain by showing up and being me. If I go any further against the grain, I'm not going to be welcome. If I would have went around and been like, I don't believe in Jesus. I heard somebody talking about how Jesus is so good. I'd be like, what? How did Jesus help you this year? Well, everything would be something that I could trace to them.
Or luck or whatever.
Or luck or happenstance or business decision or the movements of the market. And there's no fucking way that they can make a credible argument to insert Jesus into that. And I tell you what, dude, that conversation would not go much past go. I would get shut down. People would get angsty and defensive because they feel like they shouldn't have to defend being Christians on their Thanksgiving. And I would be the further alienated from being invited to these things. So those are my choices. There's nothing they could do to support me. Well, there's one thing they could do. They could agree to have like maybe one of these holidays be family only, but they're not going to do it. They care more about what's going on at that church than they care about having everybody the family get together. For one reason or another, for whatever, however it's done, it's been supplanted in their minds, the importance of that. And I just, I can't help but feel sad and disillusioned as the person who's excluded based on a non-choice. I didn't choose to not believe in God any more than I choose to believe that the fucking sky is blue. All right? It's not a fucking choice position. Okay? I just don't. It's a non-issue in my life. It's a non-entity in my life. I don't participate in it. And the fact that that makes me persona non grata, my own family shit, is just so maddening. Because I don't ever try and exclude them for what they believe. If we all got together without that, it would never come up, and we would spend time being a family together. But I'm excluded from it because now you got every goddamn family. And what do church people talk about with other church people? Church. Well, I don't go to your church.
And like part of it's like kind of sad too. It's like you're going to someone else's family's Thanksgiving. What happened to yours?
What happened to my family? Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, well, what are you doing here? Like,
but that's not the way it is.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even be that way. If somebody invited a couple of families or something, the dynamic is different. When you're at your family's Thanksgiving and some other family comes, they come to you and, like, I'm Joe from
normally
church.
When you invite another family, it's because they're either hitting hard times or they're new to the area or something.
Right. They don't, or whatever happened. Maybe one of the parents is out of town.
Yeah.
And the family needs a place to come. That's fine, but that's a totally different dynamic. What we walked into yesterday was we were the outsider couple that was invited to the church function. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong?
No.
But that was my family's Thanksgiving dinner.
I gotta wonder with some of those families if they've just like completely cut off the rest of their families because they're not part of the church.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I didn't see their cousins and aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
I just saw individual families from that church. Yeah. And some of them came and went and had other family churches to go to, but that makes me resent it even more. We're like a pit stop for everybody's family to come to and get their second help in it. Mm-hmm. At the expense of me not getting any time with my family. Mm-hmm. Or there were families that were there when we got there, mm-hmm, that were there well beyond when we left.
Yeah.
And it was just one mom and dad, or one just mom and their kids that spent their whole fucking Thanksgiving at my family's Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. I honestly think that what it is. I think some of them they got so involved in the church shit and their family didn't, so it's like church giving or nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's encouraged.
Yeah.
That exclusiveness is encouraged over there. They want the whole center of everybody's goddamn social universe to be that church. Mm-hmm. Everything ties back. Man, this has got me real pissed off. But I was pissed off last night and I just swallowed it. Because I really sat there and I was like, man, you're just being ungrateful or whatever. You got a Thanksgiving dinner and there's so many people out there that don't. And it's like, you know what? That's true, but fuck that. That doesn't mean I don't get to want to have some time with my goddamn family on Thanksgiving.
We could just do homeless giving.
I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. Dogs, please. I'm a dino out here for a minute too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear them dogs? Just having an argument over there.
The most interesting part of that Thanksgiving was the kitty cat.
Yeah.
A little
And-
kitty cat
and
ran up
Marley.
to us.
Marley the dog, the persona non grata dog. She was in the same position as us.
Yeah, she couldn't go in.
She was at a family Thanksgiving where she wasn't welcome. She wasn't welcome inside. So she got it was like poetic now that I think about it that we were sitting outside with the fucking dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was good company. She always is. She's cute as fuck. She's one of those little dogs that is like so ugly she's adorable. She's got this underbite.
Yeah. Little beady eyes.
Her hair, she's a wire-haired terrier mix, so she's just very like, she's got a little chihuahua in her. She's got the big, but the little bead kind of eyes that are very black. Just look at you. She's cute. She's great. She wants food. She liked turkey. I had my turkey dinner with Marley. Wish people were outside and Marley had the full Thanksgiving to herself. I mean, that would have been cool. Marley's the only one that can go in, sorry.
Yeah.
Family only inside. Church people sit outside by the fucking, on the benches. Sit outside on the outside patio furniture and shit. Go, go, go. You're not allowed. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But luckily for me, I have the option of going to my wife's family's events, which, to my knowledge, have not been co-opted completely out of existence by people that
I have the very weird situation where, like, my mom's parents are atheists, but all of her kids turned out Christian, but...
Well, at least they'll know what they're dealing with me. You know what I mean? They grew up with atheists, so...
Yeah, and then fucking my dad's parents were Catholic, but most of their kids turned out atheists.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'll be in good company then. At least there's a chance that there'll be a couple of people like me at your family events. Look at that.
They're all very political.
Well, I mean, you know, I kind of am too, but oh man, I do it for a living, so they, you know.
Yeah. Not quite as bad as my dad, My dad was.
Your
fucking rock
dad
and
is.
roll.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I can fucking sit and spit politics with people, and it gives us a real touchstone that we can. Me and your dad, over our brief couple of meetings that we've had, are getting to know each other through our politics.
Yeah.
And it's working out fine. But he is very, very focused on that, even when I'm not around,
Yeah.
from what you've told me.
Yeah.
And you say your family is kind of in that vein, but not quite as bad as him on that side. What about your mom's side? Are they all political too?
One of them's a QAnoner.
Yes.
You want
Dealey Plaza QAnoner, man. Nice.
not Dealey Plaza.
But they got to know that there are people down there waiting still. Oh, man, that's awesome. A QAnoner, bro. See, that's way more interesting than we go to the fucking church together with everybody. Are you and your girlfriend swingers, bi, etc.? That's none of your fucking business. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is you?
I ain't no girlfriend, bitch.
Yeah, it's my wife.
I think that needs a paddling.
Yeah, dude, that's a. Somebody time out dubstep chick, please, for catfishing in here. That's a spanking. Come in here asking impertinent ass questions.
This is why I don't look at the chat anymore when I come out with you, because I get too mad at the chat.
I don't blame you. It's a source of endless rage. I haven't really been looking at it much tonight. I had a good rant going, you know.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking.
Watch out, y'all.
Do you know John Connor?
Do you want to meet Schwarzenegger? Have a beer with him?
I have this thing, and I believe it's true across the board, and I will defend it to the death. I will have a beer with motherfucking anybody. Because to me, there's no implication in a conversation. Where the conversation goes might have implication, but there is no implication to sitting down across from somebody and having a beer. So let's go to the extremes. Yes, I would drink a beer with Hitler, even knowing what he did. Hitler popped up and was alive and was like, "Jawohl, come have a beer with me, Paul Ziego." I would fucking go talk with Hitler.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with Hitler, but I would have a fucking einen Bruin. Okay? What about like a multiple child killer and pedophile? Yes. What about the worst? What about, name a serial killer? Yes, yes, yes. Albert Fish, who ate his mother. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. Who else? What about like a fucking one of these like Pol Pot or Mao Zedong or one of these other people that were presiding? Yes. What about the most insane cult leader in the world? Yes. What about the most religious, boring person in the world? Yes. I'll sit down and have a beer with them.
Yeah, that was what was missing at Thanksgiving. Beer.
Oh my God, beer would have loosened shit up over there. But that's what they don't want. They don't want shit loose. It's got to be, Jesus bless me, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Get a couple beers involved, and all of a sudden, people are saying things they really think. And
everything's better with a beer.
True that.
Except driving. Don't do that, y'all.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Have a designated non-drinker. But yeah, dude, the general presence of a couple of beers would have mellowed that whole engagement and made it tolerable, but no.
Yeah, I wasn't going that direction at all. I was just thinking it'd be cool to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, dude. I would definitely have a beer with Schwarzenegger, for sure.
Might be a little hard to understand him, but
I think everybody is interesting if you put them in that position.
Yeah.
Even the people that aren't.
yeah.
One on one, every human, there's something about every human being. Whether they reveal it to you or not is up to them, but I genuinely believe that one to one, every human being, if they feel comfortable, which most people do, and the whole have a beer with somebody, that's a stand-in for whatever. Like Snoop Dogg, I would want to smoke a joint with,
Yeah.
you know. Marilyn Manson, I'd want to do a gram of coke with or something, you know what I mean?
But yeah, something loosening.
Right, something that lubricates the fucking situation and makes the conversation a little more real. You know what I mean? That you feel comfortable. Your guard is down a little bit. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about it, like the smoker's bond. Like you have a cigarette with someone, fucking walls come down, and you guys have a great conversation.
It's true. It is really true. And it goes to show you, like, I use the extreme examples to illustrate a point. The less extreme examples are also true. Would I have, you know, a beer with a garbage man? Yes. Would I have a beer with an unemployed dude? Yes. Would I have a beer with a homeless person? Yes. Would I have a beer with, you know, a weird, you know, yoga swami? Yes. Would I have, you know, it's more interesting to me to think that I could meet these people with different perspectives than it is to think that I live in a closed off world where like that. You know, like it was last, and I'm not like whatever. It's their life; they can do what they want. But that world, it is so limited. Everything in it is so homogenous and so samey, and it's all the same, and it's everybody's on the same page every time, and nobody's, you know what I mean?
And then there's like no, like it's kind of a false support system. Because if you go against the grain, then suddenly you're not welcome.
Oh yeah, if you don't toe the fucking line,
It's like if you're thinking of a divorce in a church like that, fucking forget.
oh, you better forget about it. You better go to counseling. You better go to church counseling. You better talk to a pastor. You know what I mean? And if you go ahead and go through with it, yeah, you can probably still come to church, but you're going to be the little topic of conversation for months and months and months and months, if not forever. It's just like you don't toe the line to a certain extent, and that you're just not welcome anymore. You know, if you start having doubts, isn't church supposed to be a place where you come to suss those doubts out? No. You start having doubts and start talking to people about, like, you know, I'm starting to think about this God thing, and I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because of this. Oh. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Or like, God forbid, you're in a position that you want an abortion. Like, some shit went down.
Yeah, anything.
You ain't gonna get no support with that. Kids gay, not gonna get any support with that.
Nope. Kids trans, not gonna get any support with that. You're trans, not gonna get any support with that. You should troll them? Nah, man.
It's this weird tightrope.
I don't want to give them. See, like, here's the thing. This is what makes it so insidious. And I think you're right. You were about to get to it. You have to walk this tightrope, because if you don't, like, even in my position, we have to walk a tightrope, because if we don't, then we're literally not welcome at a certain point. You know what I mean? So what do? You
And
shut
it's not
up.
like trolling them's gonna change their minds.
No. They're just that just gives them more of a reason to hate you.
It's like, oh, that's what atheists are like.
Yeah.
They're assholes.
Yeah, they're all assholes. They're just here to troll a nice event. So already I know that, like, we're probably discussed, if not at the thing, after the thing. And that's the fucking thing that, like, that's my paranoia kicking in. But I can almost guarantee there was just like, who was that? Just like at my own family fucking Thanksgiving. Who was that? Fuck you. You don't even know the family that you're fucking coming to see.
Or like
asking
questions about us rather than asking them to our face.
Yeah.
Like, what does he really do? Or...
I didn't fucking obfuscate that from anybody. I just wasn't asked.
Yeah. But like, I guarantee someone was like, so what does your brother do? Or How long is your
Maybe some of them are tuned into this. Maybe they answered and they're finding that they're just going, oh, well, I guess now they know then.
Again, like, we didn't have, like, fucking... We didn't hate any of those individual people. We didn't think any individual one was a bad person.
None of them were, like, rude to me, other than the just general rudeness of the situation, making me an outsider at my own family's Thanksgiving and tying up my family in fucking endless conversations about church at my Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if we just ran into any individual one of them on the street, we wouldn't give a shit.
Yep. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking spraying salt about it, because honestly, it really does come down to, like, nobody's holding me in the arm bar making me come to this shit. And if somebody wants to ask me why I don't, they'll hear it. And they can do with that what they will. But up until this point, nobody really asks why I don't come to most things anymore. And that makes me feel even worse about it, because it's just like, I know what the implication of that is that I hope PJ doesn't come to this, you know? I mean, he's invited and everything, but he just kind of sits around and he's weird and he doesn't say anything. And it smelled like weed. Did you smell it? Fuck these people. Ugh.
Could do Dino and Cricket's given too.
I'm being venomous now. See, I've spun into this is the problem with anger.
Yeah.
Is that now I'm like spinning what they're thinking in their minds about me, and I don't know that. Maybe none of them thought anything like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt like they reacted that way. I felt like I was very uninteresting at my own family's Thanksgiving. And, like, I felt like I've had very little to talk to about anything with anyone.
Want to give Daddy a little hug, Dee?
Come here. Come see me. You're too cold. You're too chilly, Willie.
I'll bring him in.
Thank you, baby. Probably wrap this up here pretty soon, because I'm starting to get a little chilly willy myself.
Let me get you a sweater.
If you don't mind, yeah. I appreciate it, baby. Thank you. That would help a little. Anyway. I mean, the exact opposite, but equally awkward and uninviting. A conspiracy lover and a family of do what the news tells you to do types. Sure. I can understand that, man. I mean, but that's your own family, though. I'm a black sheep among my own family. Every one of my family, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know of, other than one of my stepsisters, is 100% definitely a Christian. Thank you, baby girl.
You want them here?
You know what? I'll take one of those, like, fizzy other ones. The fucking good, the hard cider thing or whatever it is. Oh, 'cause why the fuck not? Oh, yeah, that's a good fucking sweater. That's a spicy meatball. It's a comfy sweater. Oh, yeah. I gotta stand up to get it all. Oh, yeah. Little bottom belly for you. Gross. Oh yeah. Check it out. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you so much, baby. For both this and the sweater.
Yeah.
Which helped a whole fucking lot. Because it definitely isn't like
It's not
freezing. It's like you want to have a sweater on weather. And I was sitting out here in a fucking t-shirt like an idiot. Oh, man.
So there really hasn't been any fucking Black Friday riots.
Man, I was totally wrong about that shit. I gotta eat crow on that fucking prediction, man. I just was worried. I felt like there was all this tension built up about it, and there was gonna be such a shortage of shit, and people were just gonna rush out and fucking get all angsty, but it just didn't happen, man. It looks like fewer and fewer people showed up for the scarce deals and shit, and like most people did their shit online. So one of them things, man. Who knew?
The fucking stock market took a dump.
That's because they found a new fucking COVID variant.
Yeah.
And that literally it's called COVID new in you.
Mew.
No, not Mew.
Oh, new.
New.
Oh. I see.
COVID in you. The Mew variant already happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is a new one. It busted out in South Africa, and they found it in like Hong Kong and Taiwan. And it has a ton of different mutations that make it way more resistant and a little bit more deadly. So it's just another fucking... And now the stock market is going up. There's going to be lockdowns. Everybody fucking sell, sell, sell. Mm-hmm. So that's why it took a dump.
And probably the fact that there were no Black Friday riots.
Right.
That would have at least boosted like some Walmart or something.
True.
Maybe we should venture out. Is there any Black Friday things happening? Or is everyone just fucking dead?
Yeah, dude. Here we are sitting here thinking nothing happens, and we go out to look, and it's just like burning cars in the street, and like zombies eating flesh. We're like, oh fuck.
That's why there's no news.
Yeah, that's why.
Dead.
Yeah, everybody died in Black Friday. Oh no. Oh shit.
I wanted to see some public freak out. Nothing.
Oh yeah, I'll take a Trump swig, two-handed swig. There you go. That's normal. You know what's hella funny? I took a quick glance at the canoes today because we recorded a couple of grease traps today, and I wanted to, see if there was anything funny we could riff on for a while. And one of the things I saw was that, like, apparently the right, just like predicted, by the way, the right is now using Biden's fucking obvious dementia to go like, why won't he take a cognitive test? Trump took one. Why won't he do it? So they're doing the same thing that the left did to Trump. Mm-hmm. And now it's become a political tradition in the United States to elect an old geezer and then demand that he take a test that proves he can tell the difference between a giraffe and a fucking eagle. To make sure that he's not completely fucking demented and insane.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, it's like the bar is that low. It's like, let's see if they have dementia.
Yeah, is this president literally so fucking demented that they can't do the job? And let's politicize that.
It used to be like I fucking like I think I said it before. Like poor Newt Gingrich, literally getting canceled out of the running because he had a divorce.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude,
Times have fucking changed.
he was just a little ahead of his time, man.
Yeah.
Had he been a big political figure now, he'd have just coasted right through that shit. That don't even matter no more. Nothing matters anymore. There's no bar anymore at all, dude. I don't even agree with the fucking divorce bar. I think he got screwed back then. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah. Who was that other dude that like was just a little too enthusiastic and that killed his whole campaign?
Howard Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard Dean was like this kind of like nominally pro-labor leftist outsider candidate that was getting a lot of steam. And he went to a rally and he got a little too excited and he went, yeah! Like literally he made a sound like that. And it shut, like the fucking DNC cut him off because he was such bad PR after that because every fucking comedy show was doing it. Everybody was making fun of it. All the fucking political opponents were making political hay with it. Man, things used to be different, bro.
Dude. Maybe there's hope for other things, though. Like, if the bar is so low, what if we get a purple hair president?
Don't even say it, man.
No? You think that'll be the end?
Like a Discord mod, purple hair
Yeah.
becomes president? Oh, my fucking God. No, man. No, man. Like a typical Twitter account, purple hair. Oh, no. Dude, what's even worse? What if we get a green hair?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, there are shades of crazy that come with the hair.
Yeah.
You got to know your colors, man. It's like, you know how in nature, you look at the different plumage and the colors mean something different. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, this hair dye shit has turned into that.
Yeah.
There's different levels of different shit you can expect with different fucking crazy hair colors. And I think green are the most sociopathic. Those are the ones that they will fucking cut your throat as soon as they look at you. You see anybody with green hair, you better give them a wide fucking berth because they don't give a fuck, bro. Green. No, cyan blue is not the craziest, dude. Dark red. Okay, no. Dark red is you're going up against a fucking brick wall. If you see somebody with dark red hair, they're going to have an absurd opinion and they're not going to hear anything about it. And they're going to get mad at you for not capitulating to their correctness. That's what you get with the dark red. You're getting a real strong, overbearing personality with the dark red.
Do you mean dark red or do you mean like fire truck red?
I mean, like, well, whatever passes for, like the bright red, the super dark, not like dark auburn or whatever. Dark, like the saturated red. Yeah. Fire truck red. Those are your strong personalities. So what have we covered? We covered green, who are they'll cut your throat as soon as you look at you. Red, who will beat you down literally with their fucking screaming prowess at you.
Purple, Discord mods and shit.
Purple, they're Discord mods. So they thrive on drama, dude. If you ever see anybody with purple hair, they've got drama on their mind, man. They got their mind on their drama and their drama on their mind. They will they're metiche. They know everything about every little piece of scuttlebutt. Pink is like subversively evil. They're like, pink is okay unless you cross them. And this is coming from personal experience, okay? And I'll leave it at that. And having nothing negative to say beyond that is like, if you cross pink has got a knife. You know what I mean? Pink has got a little Hello Kitty pink knife. And it'll come out. So pink is pretty nice, though, usually. As long as you're cool to pink, pink's going to be cool to you.
I haven't covered blue yet.
Blue is the professor. You run into a blue hair, you're going to get lectured all fucking day because they're currently in a fucking gender studies class and they now know everything about the topic. That's what you're getting with blue. Professor Blue Hair. Super condescending, tries to act like they're being nice, but they're always implying that you don't know anything.
So what you're saying is Elizabeth Warren, if she dyed her hair, would be a blue hair?
Yes. Elizabeth Warren, if she picked a color and she had to do it for political reasons, because
Or in this universe,
we're in
everyone
a
has
universe,
crazy dyed
yeah.
hair.
She'd be a blue hair for sure. So would Amy Klobuchar, or maybe a purple hair.
What would Buttigieg be?
Buttigieg?
You think he'd be a pink?
Yeah, Buttigieg would probably have pink hair. Pink or purple. Maybe you have pink with purple highlights or something. Because we haven't even gotten into color combos because that shit happens. You'll get like the half and half dye job, which you got to fucking add them together. It's like a horoscope. You know what I mean? It's like if your rising sign is Aries, but your setting sign is Cancer, you got to smash them together. Dude, if you got somebody with pink and blue hair, uh-oh. You got somebody with pink and green hair, oh shit. You better get out of the way because there's no way you can't cross the pink. Because the knife has to come out because the green.
We're going to see some subreddit posts about your hair chart.
No, I don't know. I'm just kind of joking. You can't tell anything about anybody other than that they like to dye their hair a colorful type.
I don't know. I think there's some accuracy to your shit.
There always is. A little bit of accuracy, possibly.
I don't know. It just seems like something the subreddit would get mad about because there's one of those purple hair Discord mods.
There probably are several of them over there. Paul's implications about hair dye are fucking crazy. He's gone off his rocker.
Some things by like certain tattoos too.
Huh?
Like certain tattoos.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't go into black hair dye either.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say this, black means we're fucking.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm looking to fuck.
Yeah.
That solid black hair dye, I'm sorry, in my experience, means I'm trying to fuck. I may not fuck you, but I'm out here looking to get fucked. I'm fucking. I'm actively fucking. There's a lot of fucking going on.
Blonde.
Yeah, the super fucking platinum blonde. I'm out here trying to get fucked. But that's more of an I'm out here trying to get a sugar daddy. I feel like the black hair dye is I'm just trying to get fucked, and the super platinum blonde is I'm looking for a sugar daddy situation. Someone dyes their hair green. Clearly, something has gone wrong psychologically. I'm telling you, I have that. I'm telling you, I don't have that experience directly, but I'm just saying, willing to make the call. I've seen enough of it. No, I'm just kidding. Dye your hair whatever color you want. It doesn't matter.
I didn't realize invoking the subreddit was gonna.
Yeah, dude. The fucking subreddit again. At it again. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Yeah.
Since I took it off my phone,
Yeah.
I check it when I'm sitting at my desk.
Yeah, like if you're bored before you record or something.
Yeah. Right before I record, I'll go to it and see if there's anything. I'll look at whatever's at the top, and I just haven't even really seen much of it in the last couple of weeks. Man, my mental health feels better because of it.
Yeah.
Got into this cycle where I was like checking Twitter like first thing in the morning. I'd get my coffee cup and I'd come out here and I'd smoke a cigarette and I'd read Twitter. And I was like,
that's not the way.
I was pissed. I'd just start my day like angsty and yeah, Reddit is a total fucking cesspool as well. All of these fucking platforms are cesspools, man. I think people are better off being away from that shit.
I can't even do the TikTok, man. Like, I tried it out. I dipped my toe in it because DFF made a TikTok.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah. The closest I've come is like getting caught in the scroll on the YouTube shorts, which I know a lot of those are just TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And there are ones that are obviously just tailor made to grab the eyes of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like jiggly butts. Mm-hmm. And it becomes, like, I've talked about this before, but it becomes like, you might start off going like, damn, that's a nice ass. But like, once you're into it, it's just like jiggly butt, jiggly butt. Yeah. Jiggly butt, jiggly butt. It's like a bunch of jiggly butts doing the same thing.
Yeah. And it's like, gets boring.
It gets boring, but I'll scroll through like 90 of them before I realize how bored I am of it.
So it's like entrancing, but also just like your reaction just goes bloop, bloop, bloop.
It's just endless repetition. Yeah. It just every one of them that you see juices a little more interest out of you until you get to the end of the hole, but they don't care.
Yeah.
You've just watched 90 videos.
Yeah. What I couldn't stand was like the people that do like the text to speech shit on their TikToks.
Oh my God, that's so prevalent.
Yeah, it's the most annoying fucking thing ever.
So I went to the mall and this lady got mad. Oh no. It's like, what? Why don't you just, what is this?
Why don't you just talk, bitch?
Why are you a robot? Why are the robots invading? Dude, I feel like that Thanksgiving dinner from yesterday is still lodged inside of me.
Yeah, you haven't gotten it out yet.
I think I ate a lot of cheese and potato, and I just don't know.
Hungry at all today?
Yeah, I should be starving.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock. The sun went down. And...
Have you eaten anything?
Yeah, I had a bagel this morning.
You should eat something.
Well, you had the Belvitas, so...
I had a fucking, breakfast cracker and a cup of coffee. I should be starving. I'm going to end this, and I'm going to go suss out what I'm going to eat tonight.